regardless.
Yeah, I mean,
okay, but what do you have to say to this though?
Okay, to what?
I went to a movie tonight at a theater. What a miracle! It's been maybe 2 years. Free guy, fun, smart, creative, and a perfect archetypical structure. Persona, shadow, anima, self, in that order. Perfect.
I didn't realize who this was tweeting until halfway through. You could see the moment I realized.
Yeah.
Incredible. This guy is the craziest motherfucker I have ever seen. And it's incredible to me that he was like posing himself as like this ultra rational like man of science when
and it's super masculine too.
Yeah, when the form of psychology he does is basically fucking astrology. Like and astrology is fine. I got no problem with astrology, but just like all of his shadow self bullshit is the least. It's literary analysis. He might as well be like a poet. And he's acting like
you're saying he says means it. Fellas, ladies love astrology. Jordan Peterson's doing the astrology of psychology. I don't know. Pretty feminine to me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Got him. Freaking got him. Incredible. Have you ever... Wait, okay. What do you have to say? If we're going to talk about Jordan Peterson for a second, hold on. I'm trigger warning. Jordan Peterson.
Get spicy.
Jordan Peterson Maps of Meaning readout coming. Chad already knows what I'm about to show, but you don't. And
I don't. It's new to me.
It's going to fucking blow your mind. This is an actual audiobook of Maps of Meaning. This is a very profoundly important part of Maps of Meaning. Let's take a look at what he has to say.
Maternal grandmother sitting by the bank of a swimming pool. I dreamed I saw my maternal grandmother sitting by the bank of a swimming pool, which was also a river. Her genital region was exposed dimly. It had the appearance of a thick mat of hair. She was stroking herself absent-mindedly. She walked over to me with a handful of pubic hair compacted into something resembling a large artist's paintbrush. She pushed this at my face. I raised my arm several times to deflect her hand. Finally, unwilling to hurt her or interfere with her any further, I let her have her way. She stroked my face with the brush gently and said, like a child, "Isn't it soft?"
Dude, I'm hard.
I looked at her
They put the song in the back.
face and said, "Yes, Grandma, soft."
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And this guy, you told me this guy had a nervous breakdown? This guy lost his mind?
Crazy.
Hard to believe. I mean, like, it's fucking crazy that he... like this guy was ever going after like postmodern Marxism as being when this guy is this guy's crazier than Freud. Like he's from the 19th century with this shit. He's just describing a dream.
The last time women were actually free, before birth control made them think that they could be happier pursuing capitalist desires instead of staying at home.
Oh man,
that was he's right though.
A couple of years ago, I had the unfortune of finding out that we had the same agent. That my touring agent was also his touring agent.
Hell yeah!
And for a moment, I was like, "Man, he's doing some big fucking theaters. Maybe I can." And then I was like, "I got to leave my agent. I can't work with someone who's working with this guy. He's too fucking crazy."
Yeah, I mean that just means your agent is popping off. I would have stayed with him.
I mean,
this dude was like, this was like booking arenas, to be honest. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, why would you elect to put that in your book? I don't know. And like, do you feel no sense of like guilt, shame, like being a fucking weirdo when you read it out loud for your audiobook?
Unbelievable. Yeah, to like not have a single moment where you step outside yourself and go, did he have an editor? Did anybody read this and go, Jordan, the story about the grandma with the pubic hair, was it?
Kind of weird.
What was your thought including that? I mean, maybe we don't need to include everything in. This also is the book of his that was like a catastrophic failure, right? Like it's like a 1,000-page book. He spent his life's work and it made no impact on anybody anywhere.
I think the funniest is like when like incels who think like he's their god will turn around and be like, he's actually an incredibly well published author. Like he's really good. And it's like, no, the only thing that like popped off in his career is when he to carbon copied like every self-help book in existence to tie it back to like an objectivist, conservative worldview.
What's completely crazy is the kind of like bullshit that he does is the part of academia that right wingers fucking hate and try to make fun of and destroy. Anything that is like somewhat literary or like, it's not even social science. It's just like social fucking blah blah. And that's what, they're like ivory tower academics with their shitty theories. Like, how is this any different from Marxism or anything else?
Well, you don't understand.
On an academic level. Like, it's why is anybody paying for this to happen? It's very hard to defend.
Well, you don't understand. It's because he's like telling stem cells that they should feel comfortable with their misogynistic attitude towards women because it's society's fault. He's like offering a lot of comfort in the same way that collectivists are offering comfort to you in your own personal failures by telling you're a victim to the system. And he does that basically for incels, which is like, traditional masculinity is vilified. And like, if we only went back to, if we did a return to tradition, then like you'd be able to get pussy finally.
Yeah, it's a very simple message that he cloaks in a lot of shit that nobody cares about.
Yeah.
A lot of like theory nonsense. But yeah, he's just telling people what they want to hear. And then occasionally freaking out and getting gout or whatever. Like, what the fuck is his health
he does a meat only diet because the real dragon of chaos is his daughter Michaela Peterson, who like sucked him into the grift, like the meat only grift, and then he got owned by Apple Cider one time, like he almost killed him.
Yeah,
that was pretty fire.
Yeah,
and then she actively tried to continue killing him when he got like addicted to benzos, and then like had to do like this experimental like cold turkey benzo therapy in Russia because they won't offer it in America because it can kill you. And then when that didn't kill him, then she took him to Serbia. And when he was in like recovery from like being put in a comatose situation, then she went to a Serbian hookah bar, got COVID, and then gave it to him in his recovery state. And he's finally like, he's still alive. But now he cries a lot more now, which is really interesting. Like
he's lost his mind. I feel bad for my former agent because the guy was making a lot of money off of him, and now it's, hey Jordan, you want to go do a theater tour again? Too busy crying, too busy getting off pain pills. Like the guy lost it, unfortunately for him and for his audience, I suppose.
But we went off on like many different tangents here, but like